What's up, you guys? So, for today's throwback video, I want to get into how Darryl M. Bell, who many of us know for playing Ron Johnson on the hit 90s show A Different World, lost $14 million. A lot of people will never even touch $14 million in their entire lifespan. But somehow Darryl M. Bell was able to lose $14 million in a matter of just a few years. So in today's video, we're going to get into exactly how he was able to lose so much money in so little time. Okay, so if you've ever heard the legend how the cast of A Different World auditioned for the show and got their roles, then you know that Darryl M. Bell and Kadeem Hardison were actually living together when both auditioned for the role of Dwayne Wayne. Kadeem Hardison was cast as Dwayne Wayne, and Darryl Bell was cast as Dwayne's best friend, Ron Johnson. Darryl told Vanity Fair, Kadeem got the job, but he's a New Yorker, so he came to LA and moved in with me. He didn't have a driver's license, so I would take him into work every day to the job I auditioned for and didn't get. And if you listen to the story without knowing the background, then you might picture both Kadeem Hardison and Darryl Bell being broke, struggling actors, sharing an apartment, and working hard to make ends meet, kind of like how their characters lived on the show. But that was actually not the case at all. Darryl M. Bell comes from a family with money. And not just doctor, lawyer, working professional type of money, but money. Darryl's father, Travers Bell, was one of the founders of the first Black investment banks on the New York Stock Exchange, and he is referred to as the father of Black investment banking. Investment Institute reports Travers J. Bell Jr., the father of Black investment banking, was raised on the south side of Chicago in the Ida B. Wells public housing projects in 1941. His father worked in the operations department of the Chicago office of Dempsey, Tegler and Company and was able to get his son a messenger's job. Travers Bell, who obtained degrees from Washington University in St. Louis and from the New York Institute of Finance, ascended quickly, eventually to vice president of the firm. In 1967, he joined a New York firm with a Swiss name that I cannot pronounce. He joined them as a vice president and director in charge of operations and its new computer facility. In 1971, he co-founded investment bank Daniels and Bell. That firm became the first Black-owned investment bank on the New York Stock Exchange. Daniels and Bell grew to become a major force in municipal bonds underwriting throughout the nation. In addition to his success in high finance, Travers Bell structured one of the first leveraged buyouts completed by an African-American businessman when his Dan Bell subsidiary acquired Cocoline Chocolate, which was ranked among the largest Black-owned companies in the 1980s. Travers Bell sadly passed away in 1988 at age 46 from a heart attack. Since then, the company has grown to a net worth in excess of $15 million, finding its niche in underwriting securities of minority-owned businesses. Bell's legacy lives on through his son, Gregory S. Bell. That's just one of his sons. He's a writer at Black Enterprise and the author of In the Black, A History of African Americans on Wall Street. So with all of his money, Darryl's father was able to send Darryl to a private all-boys Catholic school called the Barton School, which was located in Morristown, New Jersey. Darryl graduated in May 1981, where he was one of only 4 Black students, accounting for just 1% of the school's enrollment. And Darryl went on to attend Syracuse University. When his father, Travers Bell, passed away at the age of 46 from a heart attack, he left his multi-million-dollar business to his son, Darryl. However, Darryl ended up losing most of his dad's millions due to inexperience. I came across a news article from 1992 from the Buffalo News out of Buffalo, New York, that gives a little insight as far as what was going on within the Bell family at the time that Darryl's stepmother and other family members sued him for losing his father's money. The Buffalo News reported Darryl Michael Bell, One of the stars of NBC's A Different World is battling his stepmother and two of his sisters who say the actor and his grandfather mismanaged the estate of his father. The actor's father, Travers Bell Jr., the first Black person to have a seat on the New York Stock Exchange, died of a heart attack in January 1988, leaving an estate worth an estimated $14 million. Darryl M. Bell and his paternal grandfather, Travers Bell Sr., are seeking to have the estate declared insolvent. And Darryl Bell appeared Thursday before Judge Reginald Stanton, who is reviewing the charges that the entertainer violated a fiduciary trust as executor of his father's estate. Laura Hill Bell, who married the actor's father 14 months, just 14 months before his death, and his sisters Joanne Walker and Karen Bell McLaren want Darryl Bell and his grandfather to repay the estate $5 million. The three women say that they have not received payments promised in the will. So that was an issue as well. Ms. Walker and Ms. McLaren were to receive $25,000 each, and Mrs. Bell was to get $250,000 if her husband died within 2 years of their December 1986 wedding, according to a prenuptial agreement. The family lived in Morristown while Darryl M. Bell was growing up, and the actor and his sister Rhonda inherited the home as well as the bulk of the estate. So you guys, Darryl's father's business plummeted from a net worth of $14.9 million, almost $15 million, to just $1 million. And the business owed several debtors, including the IRS, which reportedly had over a $2 million stake in the estate at the time. And there are reports that Darryl allegedly put his mother and one of his sisters on the payroll. So it was really a lot going on. And we don't know if Darryl's father was ill before his wife Laura married him, but she married him with the agreement that she would get a payout of $250,000 if he died within 2 years of their marriage, which he did. Darryl's sisters were also supposed to get cash payments, and they allegedly and apparently had not received them at the time of the lawsuit. But according to reports, a Superior Court probate judge in Morristown, New Jersey, eventually ruled that Darryl M. Bell's lack of business skills destroyed the multi-million-dollar estate left by his father, rather than wrongdoing as charged in the lawsuit. So the judge felt that even though Darryl M. Bell did lose millions of dollars of his father's, Travis's company, it wasn't malicious or fraudulent or anything like that. He ruled that Darryl did not have the business skills to run the company at the time and literally cost the company millions of dollars. So this was definitely some family drama going on. But now, years later, the Bell family seems to be intact from what we see online. Gregory Bell, Darryl Bell's brother, recently posted about how proud he is of his brother on LinkedIn. Just 3 weeks ago, he posted. He said, "Phenomenal to see my big bro, Darryl M. Bell, and his fellow cast members from A Different World talk with Jada Pinkett Smith on her show, Red Table Talk. Some people forget how huge A Different World was. For years, it got more than 20 million viewers every week." He said, "To put that in perspective, the White Lotus finale got 4 million viewers. I know the way people consume content has changed. I'm just saying." But even more important than the numbers is how the show broke barriers with a Black cast, a Black producer, a Black director, and a Black head writer. So from that post, we can see at least Darryl and his brother Gregory Bell are still on good terms and still proud of each other. And hopefully the rest of the family has healed as well. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about Darryl M. Bell reportedly losing $14 million of his father's fortune in just a matter of years. Do you think Darryl should have let someone more experienced run the company? What are your thoughts? Leave a comment and share them below. As always, thanks for watching.